Here's to leaving that can of pork and beans right on the shelf in the grocery store where it belongs, because once you try this homemade version, there's no going back. I grew up on pork and beans. Whether it was in a beanie weenie or served up with a side of rice, pop that top, throw it in the microwave for a minute, and boom, as a kid, you've got a fine meal, my friends. But the homemade version, I'm talking about dried beans, tomato puree, so good, so much better. You will love this. We need to knock out a little prep though to start it off. Sound good? Let's cook. We're going to soak up some dried navy beans in water to help soften them up before cooking them. Some other options are pinto, cannellini, or kidney beans. Transfer the container over to the sink and we're just going to fill it up with cold water until it's about 4 inches over the beans. A really quick, easy way is to boil water, pour them over the beans, let them sit for 1 hour and you're good to go. I like this version better. Set it to the side in a cool place overnight and you'll be good to go in the morning time. When you wake up, we're going to start prepping everything up. I've got 2 medium-sized yellow onions. You can use white onions, red onions, or even sweet onions. Slice off the ends, remove the outside peel after slicing in half, and then small to medium dice it, then just simply set them to the side. When it comes to finely minced garlic, you've been following me for a while, then you already know what I'm going to do. And this next part is optional. I've got some bell peppers. This is what my family used to put in baked beans, so I'm going to do it as well. We're only going to use about half of a red bell pepper that's been seeded. Then we're going to medium dice them up just like the yellow onions. I'm also going to add in a green bell pepper for color because we know green bell peppers don't have the flavor of red and yellow. When it comes to the bacon, I've got 6 really thick slices of thick cut bacon. I'm going to slice it into about 1-inch pieces. I'm just going to have bigger pieces of meat in there. I think it's going to add to the overall flavor and texture of this recipe. Next, go ahead and pull out our beans. You can see they've doubled or even tripled in size. This is exactly where you want to be. Make sure that they're this consistency before cooking them. Next, just drain them off right into the sink. And then what I like to do is run some cold water over top and move some things around just to get any of that sort of bean water from overnight off. We're going to give them a little shake and then just simply set them to the side. Next, in a casserole dish or a Dutch oven or a pot that is oven safe with the lid, over medium heat, we're going to add in that bacon. What we're looking to do is just cook this until they're nice and crisp and brown. This should take in between 6 to 8 minutes on medium heat, as I said before. Once they are to that perfect crisp texture, we're going to simply set them to the side in a bowl or a small plate. Let's go back over to our casserole dish. I'm going to add in those yellow onions. Once they're in there, we're going to give them a quick stir. Now what I like to do is turn the heat down to low or even close to low medium. Cook them for 30 to 40 minutes. Take the time to do this. We want to caramelize these onions, get them browned up, even taste them when they're at this step. They will be incredibly sweet and delicious. Are going to add way more flavor to this dish. After the 30-40 minutes or the onions are done caramelizing, we're going to add in the finely minced garlic, followed up with the medium diced bell peppers. What we want to do is just cook these for 6 to 8 minutes. We're not looking for caramelization, more or less a very light saute. Once they are done cooking, we're now going to add in everything else, beginning with the drained navy beans. Go ahead and pour those into the casserole dish. Once they're in there, we're next going to add in some tomato puree. You can puree some fresh tomatoes or even a can of tomato sauce would work. Now I've got some yellow mustard, followed up with some tomato paste. This is going to add some flavor and help make sure everything's thick when it's done cooking. Next, a little bit of acid, some apple cider vinegar. And now, of course, to sweeten everything up, got some light molasses we're going to put in there. Going to add some great sweet flavors. Followed up with some packed light brown sugar. We definitely are going to add in about 3/4 of the cooked bacon, save the extra for some garnish. Hit it with a few dashes of hot sauce, and then season it well, of course, with salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Last but not least, we're going to pour in about 2 cups of good beef stock. I've got a great recipe for you. Take the time now to mix everything together. Even give it a taste when it's done mixing. Just taste the liquid. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then when it's done, we're going to add a lid because it's time to go to the oven. On 325 degrees, it's going to take in between 3 to 3.5 hours for these beans to tenderize. After that time, we're going to take it out and we're going to absolutely have a look at these delicious baked beans. Simply amazing, my friends. And hopefully, if you've watched quite a few of these videos, you've been putting those fundamental cooking techniques into practice, because I promise you the homemade food from scratch that comes from it is that much better. Taking the time to caramelize those onions, absolutely crucial. I'm telling you, the dried beans just makes it so much better. Gosh, are these good. We're going to plate up, though. We got a few more things to add. Here we go. Definitely serve these up right in the same casserole dish. And remember the leftover crispy bacon lardons? We're going to sprinkle those over top. Next, some finely minced parsley or thinly sliced chives. You can be the judge on that one. If you learned something and plan on making these, please, please, please like and share this video. And definitely check out this video right here. I made it just for you. I promise you, you're going to dig it. See you on there.